Hurricanes, that's a good way to bounce back after a disappointing loss to the Blues. Is to go to Hamilton and get a victory over the Chiefs. It took until like 83 minutes to get the job done. But sure enough, they got the job done. 4 lead changes, few tries, penalties, all kinds of drama. But 27 points to 24. It was going to be a close one, I think. Either way, the billing of it, was definitely one of the games of the weekend. Unfortunately, it wasn't all that pretty at times. The crowd was amazing. There was a hell of a crowd for this game. A little talk of COVID-19 and whatnot didn't stop people getting out to the game. I'm going to the game tomorrow, so yeah, it's not going to stop me from getting out either. But yeah, the people were treated to some proper drama. Because there's nothing quite like a game which is tied up when the clock hits 80 and it's someone's to win, someone's to lose. The Canes started it off with the try to Ben Lamb. Made it 7-0 early. The Chiefs swapped one of their props pretty early on, which was a bit bizarre. I think it was Heldon Hayes went off after like 10, 12 minutes. It seemed tactical. I don't know if there was an injury that they just didn't disclose, but yeah. Chiefs kick a penalty, make it 7-3, and then Boshier gets a try. The Chiefs had missed the second penalty before that. Managed to get the ball up to the line. Eventually, TMO looks at Boschier's effort and decides good to go. So that guy's been in still phenomenal form, and it continues there. So it was 10 points to 7 Chiefs in front. But then Fletcher Smith got a try for the Canes, put them back in front. So it was the story of this game, man. The Canes did hang on, and this will be a moment that Warren Gatland looks back at this and the Chiefs players as a bit of a loss. They had the Canes under all kinds of pressure. Both these halves went past the 40 and 80 minute marks respectively. So the Chiefs were just hammering and hammering and hammering on the Canes doorstep for ages past the 40-minute mark. They had a few opportunities where they could have just right, let's just take the 3 and head into the sheds. They kept going for the try and eventually could not get it done. So they went into the halftime break 10-14 down. They could have had 3 more points, but not to be. I guess hindsight's 2020. 41 minutes, there's a simultaneous grounding of a ball between Geordie Barrett and D-Mac, whose battle in itself was a fascinating watch, in terms of All Black selection. But the TMO said, right, simultaneous, so no try will go attacking scrum. And 43 minutes, the Chiefs managed to stifle whatever the Canes were doing on attack. Sean Stevenson managed to get an intercept and tore down the field with Ben Lamb chasing him. Remember, Sean Stevenson's 23, and Ben Lamb's 28. Ben Lamb caught him. He caught him, so they stopped a potential counter-attacking try there. For some reason, the Canes tried to cross-kick out of their own 22, which again was one of those key moments. If Stevenson catches that high ball, which he's also competing with Lamb again, then maybe they get points up, but I think he knocks it on. So it's a missed opportunity, although they did eventually get a try through to Manu. He had a line break and it looked like he was going to pass. Is he going to pass? Is he going to pass? And eventually it's well, if you're not going to tackle me, I'll just go and score a try. So sure enough, he did that. It was all from a line-out steal as well. Crude and offload. So 17-14, Chiefs back in front. And then to make matters worse for the Canes, TJ Perenara gets yellow carded. He seems pretty happy he didn't get red carded. But it was one of those ones that it's he was pretty low. Alamalo went in low. They seemed to have a face-head clash first. And then Alamano's head kind of went into Perenara's shoulder. So if that had been more than a yellow, I would have been a bit gutted. But he swore, which was picked up on the microphone, which is cool, seeing as they've got the microphone going to the whole stadium these days. I don't know why they do that, because at least when I'm at the Blues games, when they have the TMO talking over the loudspeakers of the stadium, the echo is such that you can't really understand it anyway. But I guess they're trying to go off the American sports things where they announce it. Probably a better way they can get it done. Either way, he gets a yellow card, so they're a man down, and pretty much immediately after, Sean Stevenson goes over for a try, pretty much just cuts straight through, does his little pew-pew try celebration, which I still think looks dumb, but yeah, he can do what he wants. 24-14 at that point, the Chiefs are looking man up good value. But the Canes do manage to kick a penalty during that yellow card period to make it 24-17 and back to being close. And Geordie does miss a second attempt not long later. So yellow card ends 7-3, which for the Chiefs is probably a bit disappointing. They probably wouldn't have wanted to give the Canes those kind of chances. And sure enough, Almoa on 70 minutes gets a maul try from a 5-metre line out. That makes it 24 apiece. And then at the death of this game, they go more than 30 phases, which is ridiculous. They probably had a couple of chances to set Jordie Barrett in the pocket and go for a droppy, but from the post-match interview I just watched, he said TJ wouldn't give it to him, and they were slowly inching their way back the field, so the drop goal possibility became less and less feasible. Eventually, though, they did win a penalty. Soakula, pretty dumb late tackle, and sure enough, Geordie slots it to take the game 27 points to 24. Great bounce back win from them to get a win, like I said, after losing to the Blues last week. Chiefs, man, frustrating one. Their scrum seemed to be kind of on top. Boshier was making great turnovers, like on his own goal line. I guess there was a key moment where, like, Jordie Barrett kicked, or no, he didn't kick it. He kept a Chiefs. The Chiefs had a penalty. They kicked for touch, and Jordie Barrett keeps the ball in play, which I think it was that during the yellow card? It was probably a key opportunity for the Chiefs to go down there and extend their lead because they were either 10 or 7 points in front at that point. And like those laws did change a couple of years ago, like where you're not able to bat the ball back into play after it's crossed like the plane. Like it used to be, if it didn't bounce, then it could still be fair game. But now once it crosses any air above the line, as far as I'm aware, that doesn't count. And it looked like it crossed by a mile by the time he got it back in, but I don't know. Unless the laws aren't what my understanding of them is, which would not be surprising. The laws are take smarter people than me to understand in detail. But yeah, that seemed a bit perplexing at the time. But it seemed pretty crucial at the end. But as I said, the Chiefs could have taken penalty shots before halftime. Stevenson catches that high ball. All kinds of ifs, whats, maybes. It doesn't matter. Canes, absolutely excellent away win. Congratulations to them for that. And keeps them kind of in the hunt for that upper end of the New Zealand Conference and just the Super Rugby table in general. Stats for this one, the Canes actually had more possession in territory, 57% possession, 59% territory. The Chiefs will be disappointed. The knock-on count was 9-2, with the Chiefs having the bigger number there. Run meters 394 to 362, so nothing much there. Turnovers conceded again. Chiefs had more. Line-up percentage, the Chiefs was operating better. It was 100% to the Canes 84. Tackling percentage, the Chiefs again were a bit better, 89 to the Canes 84. But neither of those numbers that are lower are like poor, like not that bad. Penalties conceded 10 to the Chiefs, 11 to the Canes, so pretty even. In terms of that fullback battle between D-Mac and Geordie, it's so similar. D-Mac, 96 run meters. Geordie, 93 run meters. Defenders beaten. D-Mac, 8. Geordie, 6. But yeah, other players, Sam Cane, 26 out of 27 tackles. Big shift from him. Top tackler for the Canes was Karifi with 10 from 12. Remember, they didn't have as much tackling to do, given they had more of the ball. But, yeah, man. Another home loss for the Chiefs, which is a wee bit worrying. You'd think they'd make home a fortress, and then if they are going to drop games, maybe the odd one away from home, but that's 2. And, as I said, the Canes record suddenly looks a bit better, especially with the Crusaders coming up next week. That wouldn't have been a game you want to go into, having a pretty even record. But, yeah, that was the game. You guys let me know your thoughts. How did you think it went? Key moments, key players, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.